Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Before I jump into today's video, I wanted to say thank you for all the support recently. And to any new first timers, consider liking and subscribing. I will greatly appreciate it. Those who frequent my content will know from my previous video, I did my advanced guide on the Dragoon in PvP, and anyone new, be sure to check it out. And for today's video, I shall be continuing my advanced PvP guide series, this time with one of the most slept on classes out there, the Dancer. The Dancer is one of the most unique range classes in PvP, with all actions being instacast combined with high mobility, allow for the Dancer to be the true embodiment of the flanking role, rushing into backlines causing chaos while being near impossible to chase down, with an ultimate that removes shields and one's ability to control their own player, often makes you the hero your team didn't know they needed. So stick around as I go through the Dancer's strengths, weaknesses, best maps, skill rotations and more. Before you know it, you yourself could be the backline pest, easily climbing through those ranks. Let's get into it. The Dancer is one of 6 ranged DPS in PvP, not including Blue Mage, as they are only for PvE. The physical range consists of the Dancer, Bard and Machinist, while casters consist of the Summoner, Black Mage and Red Mage, each with their own unique playstyles and varying strengths. And like I said at the start of this video, if there is any class perfect for taking on the flanking role in Crystalline, it's Dancer. 4 dashes for high mobility making you hard to catch, combined with being the only ranged DPS whose entire kit is all based on instacast, make you a living nightmare for your enemies to deal with. And let's not forget about the tactical ult, forcing enemies to drop their guard, and being forced to stand in environmentals are the moments all of us Dancer players live for. The Bard is PvP's e-girl, having long distance relationships with every enemy on the battlefield. Their kit asks for the Bard to maintain distance in order to deal higher damage, and having access to both a bind and a silence, Bards can seriously punish players out of position, also rocking a tactical ultimate to increase damage and charge nearby friendlies' ultimates faster. The Machinist is a true loose cannon. They thrive anywhere between the mid and the far range fights. Underestimating them will earn you an early death. With a kit ranging from a deployable turret, a guard ignoring drill attack, mass poison, bind, and yes, even a 3% chance to insta-kill any target in Crystalline conflict. All allow Machinists to demand respect, or they will not be having a good time. The Summoner may look like a bookworm, but don't fall for it, as they can easily deal large amounts of unwanted damage with their zoning AoE, alongside summoning the devastating Bahamut, capable of dealing huge damage over a massive radius, can instantly turn the tide of any battle. Black Mages are pure powerhouses, fast charging ult allowing for free use of Flare and Freeze, apply additional burns or freezing targets in place. A uncontested Black Mage will easily dominate any and all team battles. And finally, the Red Mage, utilising 2 stances for either increased healing or increased damage. As well as being a hybrid class, switching between their ranged or their melee make them the perfect class for kill cleanup, alongside an ultimate to be used either aggressively or for team support. A few weeks ago, I started my Crystalline Conflict grind, and I can say without any doubt, the Dancer is god tier on the Volcanic Heart map. A small map with speed lanes simply allow for the Dancer to get behind the enemies in seconds. And with cover being all around you, you can abuse a weakness all range jobs share apart from the Dancer. Dancer is instant cast. You can continually poke out from cover, dealing damage and then retreat back behind cover. This makes you a true pest to any class that has a cast or a draw time. And it doesn't end there. You can force the enemies to be stranded in environmentals, dealing an easy 30,000 damage. Cloud9. Yet another amazing map for the Dancer, although being more open in the centre area, playing cautious during those first team fights is key. And again, another wonderful environmental you should 100% abuse. Palistria. Once again including speed lanes, allow for Dancers to go on fast flanks. The centre of the arena is big and open, and should be avoided as much as possible unless you really need to be there. For frontline, the maps consist of Seal Rock, Fields of Glory, Borderland Ruins and Onsal Haker. And from experience, the Dancer performs just as well on all 4 maps, with no sizable advantage on any one map. Just be aware, ranged players take more damage while dealing less damage to tanks and melee. Fights are more messy, and the CC spam can be real, so you can't treat the Dancer like you would with Crystalline Conflict. As mentioned previously, the Dancer's kit revolves around instant casting, allowing you to abuse cover and take poke shots. You are highly mobile, holding up to 4 charges of dash that does not require a target in order to utilise. Simply pick a direction and dash to safety. Honing Dance, one of the best AoEs in PvP. Large area-wide effect with explosive, unexpected amounts of damage, truly devastating and competitive. A perfect ultimate when combined with environmentals, and allows comrades a much higher chance to succeed with their own ults. Lack of awareness will be a death sentence to anyone playing Dancer. As the job does not possess any form of CC, you are reliant on your dash skill and good positioning. Your damage is not as potent as some of the other ranged DPS, therefore playing slow, dealing poke damage, and either creating openings or looking for openings are the moments you wait to shine in. Open terrain. Being caught out in the open areas is bad news for a Dancer, as many clashes can dash to you or be within range to CC and shut you down. Remember, cover is a Dancer's best friend. And finally, your ult is tactical, it deals no damage. It comes down to you to decide when best to use this ult, and not to hold onto it for overly long periods of time. Believe it or not, Dancer's ult is wonderful to counter both the Dragoon and even the Samurai's powerful ultimates. When Dragoons ult into the sky, we are meant to be untouchable. However, Dancers force players to move towards them, and yes, this affects Dragoons in orbit, shutting down their ability to drop devastating damage on the rest of your team. And in case you are unaware, in order for a Samurai to insta-kill targets, they must first use the skill Chi-Ten. When struck, the player who dealt damage is inflicted with Kazuchi. Should they then use their ultimate Zantetsuken, players under the effect of Kazuchi lose 100% of their health. And this is where the Dancer can cause any Samurai to have an aneurysm. Their ultimate is slow charging, and often, most Samurais will have one ultimate per match. They hold onto it for that single moment in which they can kill everyone. Should you see them with Chi-Ten active, or even a player struck with Kazuchi, pop your ult on the Samurai. They will be unable to use their own ult, wasting the small time frame they have in which to get that insta-kill off. Remember, always apply Dance Partner to someone, as you will be able to grant emergency healing to yourself and that player, which could mean the difference between winning and losing a teamfight. Poke damage, abuse your instacast abilities, flank the teams, start prodding. You will not believe how often 1-3 players will chase you in anger, even up to the diamond ranks. While they are busy chasing you, your team has free reign to dominate the objective. Playstyle. The Dancer has no one set skill rotation. It all comes down to the situation, many of which you will create yourself. On screen now is a short demonstration on how I like to play Dancer, and just how quickly a battle can be turned in your favour. And there you have it, all the essentials you need to know for playing Dancer. I encourage all of you to give it a go, it is such a blast. And if any of you already play Dancer, let me know how you find the job. To end off today's video, I shall put up some replays of my Dancer in action. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one.